Hello? Please, yes, do come in. Have a seat. There are not assigned seats, so please, sit wherever you like. Oh, no, not there. Yes. No, there's someone invisible sitting there already. Yes, they came in earlier. Well, it's a long story, but we were practicing a sort of enchantment and things went horribly wrong. But we'll remedy this situation later. Anyway, welcome to my splendid workshop. I'm sure it's nothing like anything you've ever experienced before. Especially Ursula's contract thing. I mean, come on, really. So today we are going to be talking about innovative ways to, use apples and other sorts of sweet treats to cast curses. Now, I'd like to ask you to reserve all of your questions for the very end. I may or may not answer them. The event coordinator has provided you all with a deck of cards. These are, of course, no ordinary cards. We won't be playing poker today. These are the cards that have the recipes for the various different, enchanted edibles that would help you achieve your magical goals. Now, before we begin and break open the fresh deck of cards, I would like to remind you all that these are general recipes that you can apply virtually any spell, charm, curse to. So they're kind of a blank canvas. All right. So please open your deck here. I will not provide replacement decks. Please bear that in mind. If you lose it, the consequences will be quite dire. I'm even getting caught up on my words. I don't know how I was roped into this. Anyway, here are the cards. I'm just going to show you a few today. You can go over the rest on your own, of course. Alright, let's start with this one. Now, this is your standard apple pie. And one thing I have found over my many years of magical practice, dark magical practice, of course, is that simplicity will no longer do. You can't just hand someone an apple and hope for the best, even if it's a shiny red apple. So, I've gotten creative. This one has just a touch of cinnamon in it to give off that aroma and entice them to eat it. I also use butter, not shortening though. Alright. The next card we have here is for a caramel apple. This is usually my go-to, especially during the fall season. Everyone, gravitates toward a caramel apple. You can also do a candied apple. There's a card for that in here too. Now this one, I add just a dash of vanilla to it, and that seems to do the trick. Let me go through these here and see which one we should cover next. Oh, this one's good. This one requires very little preparation. It is a fruit salad. You just dice up whatever fruit you think the individual, the recipient, might like, and you sprinkle it with a little bit of pepper. You might think that would be off-putting, but for some reason it just brings out the flavors of the fruits. I typically use seasonal fruits, go to the farmer's market. Well, I don't go, of course. I send my assistant, but you catch my drift. I did very little preparation for this, as you can tell. This one is rather unexpected, especially from me, but it's a banana split with lots of whipped cream and a cherry on top, and oddly enough, the banana split itself is not cursed, it's that cherry. No one can resist a maraschino. For the next one, it's sort of a spin on a stuffed crepe. You can also use a pancake for this one, and it has diced caramelized apples on top and a little drizzle of chocolate. And once again, it's the topping that does them in. It's that chocolate syrup that you can enchant. Yes. Let us see. Oh, this one's a good one. Now, it's a mulled wine, but you can also make an apple cider by just messing with the ingredients a bit. You can really use any fruit you like for this, and it's great for mass cursing at parties. Yes, if you need to curse several people at once, you can invite them over for a soiree and just have a bowl of the punch sitting there. They won't suspect a thing. Now this one here is fantastic for people who have food sensitivities, allergies, that sort of thing. Or maybe they're vegan. It's a sushi roll. Yes, but it primarily consists of rice and avocado and cucumber. All cursed, of course. It's one of my favorites. Of course, curse-free version. I like to eat it every Sunday. Particularly in the summertime. It's so refreshing. And that's the best time to serve this, actually. They won't be able to resist a plate of it. And it's good for people who don't necessarily like sweet treats, but you still want to, give them a gift. No, I don't think that one. Too advanced for this group, unfortunately. Let's see here. This one's rather splendid. It is a apple strudel cake, but you can use any fruit you like. I'm well aware that some people do not care for apples, so pear would go beautifully with this. Add a bit of walnuts to it. Now, I also have a delicious recipe for a coffee crumble cake. It's very similar to this, but not quite. Alright, let's see here. This one or this one? Let's go with this one. Now this is a milkshake. Have you heard of it? Oh, right, good. You never know. These kinds of conventions. Anyway, they attract the weirdest people. Oh, lovely people, lovely people. So, this one can really be any ingredient you like is the core of it. I tend to go with chocolate or banana. Strawberry is also good if they're in season, though they have to be in season. That's the catch with this one. And it's very refreshing. Guaranteed to give them brain freeze on top of the curse, so that's a bonus. I just have a couple more to show you, probably, because I have to move on to bigger and better things in this, don't I? I mean, I've been here for days already. This convention is the longest thing ever. Goodness. Anyway, this one is for rhubarb pie. Now, I know rhubarb it's an acquired taste for many, and it can be a bit bitter, so I've added an extra helping of sugar to this one and a little splash of honey. I also have things in the deck that are more meal-based. As an example, this beef stroganoff is to die for, quite literally. Well, if you use the right enchantment. And, yes, just make sure that you use sour cream, actual sour cream for this. No substitutes, really. It won't do the trick. And as the finale, let's go with this one. Now, this is a candy that you can make at home. It's quite easy. It's kind of like a rock candy. It's based primarily in sugar, and you have to spend quite a while on this, though. It takes about a month, so the resentment and revenge will very much simmer in the process of making this one. Alright, well, that's it. I'm also going to send you home. Once again, the coordinator organizes. I would never have gifts for any of you. Anyway, it's a little bag, a little burlap bag that you can put the cards in. Wouldn't want you to lose them. And let's gather things now, so shall we? Let's clean up a bit. Well, all right. Are there any questions? No? Good. Okay. Please put your hands down. So, a word of warning regarding these recipe cards. Please do not share them with anyone. If you share them, I will find out about it, and, well, let's just say you will not like my reaction. All right. Well, I would wish you the very best of luck, but, well, I'm not that sort of person, am I? Bye for now.